All right, Shalom. Want to say call Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at GMS who rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back here again with a quick lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. Just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Watching the brother Amawan Kabar page, going into the things that's happening in Minnesota. He was in his car driving to his destination. And also, this video here was put in our chat out here in Dallas. And another shooting again. And the brother Amawan Kabar did a beautiful lesson, man. I think brothers need to check out the brother video and get edified, man. And yeah, man, we got to keep that faith and keep that belief strong, like 144% strong, as he mentioned. And I was just contemplating, I had to listen to the video twice, doing a little stretching or whatever. And just thinking through the spirit, like, man, you get mad, like, fuck this shit, man. And then there's a such thing, something called healthy fear. The things that's happening, you see before you in the flesh, you get kind of worried, as you should, man. Because that's the anger of the Lord that's progressively building up, right? And we're going to see the Lord's anger like never before. It's going to be a time that's going to take place like never before, roughly paraphrasing. And just to give some inspiration, because these things going to happen. The enemy, like I was going to get here in Revelations 12:12, not to jump the gun, but it is what it is. Revelations 12:12, right? Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, right? Talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. We rejoicing because we spiritually and physically seeing the downfall of this devil whom he had the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in captivity. The gospel, which is the good news, is being preached into the four corners of this planet via the internet, and the men around the world are starting to see it. And now we were asleep for a long time. Now we're being awakened out of sleep, out of deep sleep. And now we see these things prophetically happen. Now we've been given a spiritual eye salve to see these things taking place. So there's a rejoicing that's taking place humbly because we see the downfall of our enemies. And you have to see this on a spiritual level. You can't look at this from a carnal level and like, who's your enemies and blah, blah, blah. No, man. Why think it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens? Actually, hold on, let me see something. I got my notebook is in the car. Damn. Because I know one in Psalms goes into, there's a precept that goes into this. It ain't this guy. Shit, man, my notebook is in the car. Let me see something what the Greek says. A mountain. You see, a mountain, Mount Zion. That's a scripture in the book of, I forget the name, I forget that precept, man. Rejoice ye heavens. It ain't talking about, in the heavens talking about a rulership. Well, not talking about a rulership, but rejoice ye heavens. You look it up and go into the word mountain in the book of Psalm, I think it's, Psalm 60. That's 62 and 11. Let's try something. 60. Let's try Psalms real quick. Damn. Psalms 62 and 11. Or 65 and 11. Let's try that. No. Let's go here. Yes, my salvation. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Psalms 48. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, the Holy Spirit. So remember, I looked at the word heaven in Revelations 12:12, and you go into the etymologic Greek, it says mountain. So right here in Psalms 48 and 11, it says, let Mount Zion rejoice, the daughters of Judah be glad because of thy judgments. So you can link that up with Revelations 12 and 12, the beginning of it. Therefore rejoice ye heavens. That goes into the Israelites, man. The hopefully elect of the nation of Israel, the elect, the 144,000 and 1/3, because they seeing the downfall of this place. They seeing through the spiritual lens of Yahweh Bahashem Abishai in that spiritual eyesight. We know who our enemies are. We know America is AKA Virgin Daughter Babylon, because no major war has happened on this land. So they're rejoicing because they knowing that our captivity is being over, and we seeing the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Abishai's son is coming back with the holy angels to destroy this place and to deliver the elect of his people. So let Mount Zion rejoice. Let the daughters of Judah be glad because of thy judgments. We see in the judgment that the Lord's about to bring upon 2/3 of his people and these elite families and this place and all the heathens around the world, man. You see? So back over here in Revelations, the water Yahweh Mashmashah, there was Psalms 48 and 11. Okay. Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe, meaning destruction, to the inhabitants, right, of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, the top elite banking families, right, the Edomites, right, the devil is come down because they have that demonic type energy on them, man. Satan. This man about to show his horns at the end of the day, man. And he's going to come down with some great wrath, but it's the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shab, that's directing this man. This man about to show you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that he is your enemy. And the shit that's happening in Minnesota, it's going to spread abroad, and things are going to get crazy. That's why they say, I ain't going to jump the gun. Woe to the inhabitants, meaning destruction of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. In the Greek, I want to see something real quick. Man, my head is hurting a little. So he say he knoweth. So if he knows he had but a short time, he's looking. You know, he's looking and knowing that his time, his rulership is circling the drain, man. So this devil going to come down having great wrath, you know. And that's what the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Abishai got on the men of the Lord, beginning with the apostles and the elders and the bishops and the men on down around the world, that's delivering this message unto you Israelites who've been scattered throughout the four corners of this planet, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You see? So the thing that's happening in Minnesota and other places is going to spread, man. And we ought to keep our belief and our hope and our faith in what we've been accustomed to now. This path that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh and put us on at the end of the day that we embarked upon. You see? Because what? I got to go to the Apocrypha now. Hold on one second. This is 2 Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things before the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. I'm gonna see, but it was one, is it 9 and 3? Yeah, the uproars of the people, 9 and 3 and 4. So the Lord has spoke about these things before it's going to take place. This prophecy is prophetic. So now you're seeing the things out in Minnesota. Again, the ICE agents got full immunity, and they're going to come in, man. They showing you little by little, spiritually, that this prophetic thing is happening. That enemy shall come in like a flood, man. And, you know, and for us to remain hopeful and prayerful, those that's into this walk that the Lord put us upon, man. Because the people, and then you got the BRICS nation, they pretty much ditching the dollar now. I listened to Elder Pastor Hard video about the BRICS doing something digital. It's called the unit. You see, so, and that's going to bring in war. So a lot of things prophetically is happening on the earth because the words of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, that we speaking, which is Yahweh Shah because he comes in the volume of the book, words shall not come back void. And it's causing a disruption on the planet Earth. You see? They go use Palantir to search your home, you know, all this technology shit to try to scan your homes and all that. We got to remain faithful and believing in Yahweh by Hashem Yahavashah at the end of the day, man. And first and foremost, talking about me first. You see? So right here, I'm gonna go back and I want to play that video. Right here in Romans 15 and 4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And that's what we ought to stand upon and cleave closer to us like white on rice, so to speak. So I'm just play this real quick.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Gunshot, man. See, look at that.
What you hear at the end of that appear to be gunshots. Senator Tina Smith has just posted another catastrophic shooting in Minneapolis by federal agents. We're gathering more information, but ICE must leave now so Minneapolis Police Department can secure the scene and do their job. Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty has posted, we're aware of reports of a federal agent having shot an individual in Minneapolis this morning. We are working with the BCA to coordinate a state response. Senator Amy Klobuchar has tweeted, there's been another working to get more information. I will update as soon as possible to the Trump administration and the Republicans in Congress who have stood silent. Get ICE out of our state now. I'm going to just grab the tweet from Tim Walz as well, who has said that he is...
So it's chaotic up in there, man. So the scripture's telling us these things was written for our learning, and through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Us having this faith was, well, we was given this faith. First of all, it's a gift. And for that gift to be given unto you, this is what we need to hold on for dear life. This is what I need to hold on for dear life. All of us is that belief and that no man come and take your crown, man. Because we have to really believe and fully understand that everything that was written for our learning, the Lord said He's going to come and protect His people. We have to 100% believe that, because we can't take this man down on a carnal level. Because his blessing was a sword at the end of the day, so we can't do that. Nonetheless, what we've been given was a weapon that's going to outdo all this carnality that we see right here. You see? So these things was written for our learning. So it's best for us to, and those who's waking up and listen to these videos and slowly understanding through the Spirit, is to search these scriptures, man. You know what I mean? And understand and understand these things are so. You see? Romans 15:4, for whatsoever were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And we have to look back at our ancestors back then who was put in these dire situations, but called upon the Lord, and the Lord delivered them. They put their trust in believing upon that, man. And the Lord delivered them out of all these, you know, the things that was taking place at the end of the day, because we have to believe that the Lord's going to lift up a standard, man. See, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you out of this protection, then you won't be protected. You will get caught up in what the things that's happening you seeing before you, and it's going to get worse. This is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory in the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And we have to believe that. So when the enemy come in at our homes or wherever we may be, our families, we have to really believe and trust that the Lord was going to do that. It's going to make you disappear. It's going to put a cloaking device over you. Say they try to come in your home, or they scan using Palantir technology or some kind of technology to scan your home. And the Lord have it where they want to be able to see you. I remember, I forget the brother name, the brother Chicago said he had a vision or dream when they kicked, I think it was a Benji, I believe, when they kicked into his door or something, that he was standing there, but they couldn't see him. We have to understand and know that these things are able to take place. That's why these things was written for our learning, man. Standard. That's what I'm looking up. Standard. It's cold out there. Am I in the right one? to flee. We have to understand and know that the Lord is the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is able to allow us to flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, to disappear, to fly. This is going to be very spiritual of the men that's going to get these spiritual powers, man. Whether you get put in a concentration camp or not, you out in the wilderness living, the Lord is going to be with us, man. What other place and what other power can we go to for protection? When I say the other place, what other doctrine is out there that's giving you these things? 100%. Not leaving the word out, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we need to definitely uplift the names Yahweh, Bahashim Habashah, and having faith that he's going to lift up that standard, man, over those who walk this walk the best to the best of their ability, because of
Spoken with the
this
president,
will come in.
and that ICE needs to get
A lot
out
of
of the
cities,
state now.
and out here
Alex
in
Tabbitt
Texas, it's a place in Texas called Denton, Texas. One of my clients was telling me that the ICE and the officers joined together out there north of where I'm at right now, called North Texas, I guess. North, it's called Denton, Texas, Denton, Denton, Texas, where the ICE and the officers is teaming up with each other. So there's a bunch of things that's happening. So we have to just keep walking this path and keep doing what we have to do, man. And trusting and believing in Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. You see? Because I had the Lord go lift up a barrier in between us and them. I'm going to go back to the Apocrypha right here. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 in the Apocrypha. I think it's 15. And no, it's 10. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 10 in the Apocrypha. Look at the generations of old. Things was written for our aforetime were written for our learning. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? No. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? No. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? You see? So when the enemy go coming like a flood, those who trusted in the Lord, they never got confounded. Those who was able to abide in his fear, they wasn't forsaken. And whomever did he despise that call upon his name? The Lord gave you the name to call upon him. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, it said, the Lord's name is a strong tower. Those that runneth into it are safe. Man, we have to really from your head to the tip of your toenail, man. Believe and walk in that. All of us. We have our moments in the flesh. That's fine. We gotta quickly get over that shit. Because we seeing the enemy coming in like a flood, man. But the generation of old went through these things as well. The horrific things that happened then, they wasn't confounded. They wasn't forsaken. Right? And when they called upon the name, the Lord heard them. And I'm going to end it right here as when the Lord heard them. Right here in the book of Psalms 34. Psalms 34 and 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh heareth them, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. So when you call upon those names, Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahushua, with faith and sincerity and belief, when the enemy coming like a flood, the Lord will lift up their standard to make a lot of us flee, to disappear, and our children as well, and their moms, you know, those is of good standing, right? We have to believe that. So we have to look at the generation of old and study things that happened back then, because this book belonged to the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Red Sea, when the Israelites was leaving out of Egypt, the Lord got his people out through the Red Sea. So there's countless of times that the Israelites were delivered. When you get the book of Judges chapter 10, I believe, when you read the book of Judges chapter 10, every time the Israelite would do something, when they call it, you know, get in trouble, when they called upon the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, he always delivered his people out of troubles, man. You see? And this is no different. I believe that like this has to take place. If it says look at the generation of old and those things happened for them back then, it has to happen today. Like things are going to have to take place on the planet Earth to make the Lord move, so to speak. Like the Lord is moving and making things happen. He's going to show the spiritual side of those who get the spiritual power. It's going to be on another level, man, because we can't go up against this man with what we got now, which is nothing. But we have faith and power, belief in Yahweh Bashim Shah, put on the whole armor of faith, right, and walk therein, then nothing can stop us, man. Just pure belief, that alone will make you, will boost your spirits at the end of the day, the spirit that's in us. So we have to look at the generation of old. And again, this was written for our foretime. Things that was written aforetime were written for our learning. And we have to believe and trust in that. So Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.
Was pointing out that typically after a shooting like this, they want to get law enforcement in. Okay, so let's just listen in. Something's going on here.
Now, how much more people go take this, And it's not for us Israelites to go out there and march and preach. See, you doing something wrong. No, that ain't our fight. Our fight is what we're doing now.